Hello. I brought a bag of goodies home for giveaway. Excellent giveaway. Be sure and say hello when you jump on. Willow says hello.
Are you on? Let's see.
And I'm going to make this a little bit easier.
Debbie, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Cindy Cronister, how are you tonight? Hey,
Hi,
Flea.
Cindy. Hey, Flea. Welcome to week 1
Kathy Leader, how you doing?
of our sew along.
Still sewing, I hope.
This
Carol Gammon, good evening.
welcome.
Well, that's an interesting way to use your ruler, wouldn't you say?
This is the 8.5 inch ruler, and so I'm doing this to make my cutting easier, cutting with the fabric strips, because it's kind of a nuisance when you have all of this fabric just...
Kathy Reba in the house.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Cheryl, how are you?
Laying on your table, then you can just voila.
Did you say voila?
I did, with a horrible accent.
It's like a
so.
magic trick or something.
It is like a magic trick. Lana says hello.
Big
She
show,
should be
Kitty.
up there. I have my iron on, but I don't know what she's got into, but she's kind of dirty.
As she grumbles away.
She does grumble. I would too if somebody picked me up and...
So Kathy said no. She sat down and she forgot everything she learned. Hey, Barbara Bruce, how are you tonight? Hey, Lana, how are you? Just let a few more people get on. We started a little bit early tonight.
So she's fine sitting there. Oh, but she does
she
come
ain't
across.
going to. She's going to wander over. And
She does. So
get wheeled out.
I've got my sewing machines back to back, and then so she walks across those. It's like the floor is lava for her, and so she walks across the chair onto the sewing tables, and then she walks up to where the laptop is and starts stepping on keys and stuff because she just, And of course Willow has to come say hello too. It's a zoo here.
What's the weather today? Well, it's pretty odd, Kathy, let me tell you. It's like 55 degrees. It's like 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's raining. And they said a blizzard's going to start here in short order for like 70-mile-an-hour winds. So I don't know what's going to happen. We just go with it and do the old farmers, go outside and it's like, okay, put a coat on, put a raincoat on, get your snow shovel, take that with you just in case.
She just wants to be part of the show.
It's like a multi-tool. That's what we need.
She's purring right in my ear. You don't want to be famous, Lana? Quilting Kitty? No, she's not sitting on this.
Yeah.
Scissors away.
Okie dokie. Should we get started, Joan?
Sure.
Who are we?
We are. I should have worn the other apron.
Oh, yeah. Now you got to get that one embroidered.
Joan Sews, Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, and Quilt Sampler. The websites are joansews.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, quiltershq.com, and quiltsampler.com. We do this every Tuesday from 6 to 6:30-ish. And this is week 1 of our Cinnamon Spice Sew-Along. And here is a preview of the quilt. Robert stepped away from the monitor, so he'll put a link up for that. This pattern is $12. We still do have a couple of kits left. So this week we are doing cutting only. You use the 4-inch cube and the 8-inch cube. I also included rotary cutting instructions on this pattern. So if you don't have a cube, you can still sew along. And
Rose Taylor, welcome to the show.
hi, Rose. Don't forget we have a thread today. New color.
Thread for Thread of the Month Club.
Yes, and it goes perfect.
Cool. Joan picked out a new color. And we have a giveaway tonight. So remember, the only thing you got to do to get entered into the giveaway is you need to comment.
Yes, comment. So I'm using AccuQuilt, so I have my AccuQuilt cutting instructions. If you purchased and downloaded the pattern, there's a little bit to go over. So there's 4 or 5 columns. So the first one is which shape you're going to use out of the cube. Here, let me hold one up and I'll go over them with you. Literally, she's just back there purring in my ear. Sorry to block your view of Lana. So,
hey Jerry, welcome to the show.
okay, so row number 1 is going to be the shape number. This is your how big you're going to cut your width of fabric strip. This is your fold number on the die, and per width of fabric, how many you're going to get.
Hey Karen, hey Beth.
The next rows are going to be your colors.
We added a mascot. This is a mascot for Joan Sews.
Well, I have a stool behind there because I was sitting and ironing. So I'll show you. This is going to be...
hey Cheryl, welcome to the show.
This is not what we're making tonight. This is... And I put a... It's a notepad. I put a shortcut for this pattern. This pattern is on Joan Sews. This is not the size. I cut it out with AccuQuilt. I used the 8-inch cube. And so this is an 8-inch finished block. This is going to be the quilt for Ad Astra Shop Hop. So there, this, so I just took inspiration from the pattern. It's a free pattern from Robert Kaufman. So their block, I think, is, how big is this quilt? 60 by 80, 64 by 80. 16-inch blocks. So there's a 16-inch blocks. I have fat 8s from each of the shops that are participating in the Ad Astra Shop Hop. And so I used the 8-inch cube. And I was able to get 72 of these blocks. I had to add the background fabric, but I was able to make 72, so that's going to make, what is that? So if I do 12 by 12 times 8, that's...
Really?
Just got to take over, don't you? You got to go. Come on. Shoot.
Hey Patsy, how are you? Yeah, we're all watching the weather. Weird patterns here.
So, what is 8 times 12? It would be 96 inches square. So that's a big quilt to get out of, I think it's like 40 something fat 8s. So somebody asked, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, what can I make with fat 8s? And this is a good one. So just pull your 8-inch cube out, make this block, super easy. You can download the pattern for inspiration.
Where can they, this pattern's on Quilters HQ.
This pattern
right?
is on Quilters HQ under the Joan Sews shortcut.
Oops.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna cut out is my my strips. And I'm looking at an older pattern.
So the free pattern is this one.
Right. I will be right back. Because I need my calculator. On your pattern, I actually calculated the number of strips that you need, but I haven't printed it out since.
The one that's on the website?
Yes. So I need 28 of shape number 1, and I can get 8 from a width of fabric. So I need 3.5 strips, 5 inches wide. And so I'm only going to go through cutting out one of these, but your homework is going to be to cut out all of the shapes. And then next week, we start sewing. And if you haven't tried this method, just, wrapping when you have a lot of width of fabric, wrap it around a ruler because it makes it so much easier, especially if your cutting table is kind of piled up like mine is. And then you can keep it kind of tidy while you're cutting your shapes. You just slide it out of the way. Put that over there. Since I have 6 layers, I'm going to stack them on top of each other, just like this, because I can cut 6 at a time.
Rose said that every sewing room should have a kitty. Hers is sleeping next to her sewing machine right now.
Mama's very demanding of attention.
All we need is a box. That's it. That's all we need.
I saw that somebody had, I don't know, like laid something down. I need die number 1. Here we go. Die number 1. So, if you've never used AccuQuilt before, and I don't use this one so much, and I am actually going to put on my little ruler and draw on it so that I know where my die ends. Some people do it a 1/4 inch out so they know with the margin where they could put their fabric. I like to be stingy with my fabric, so I draw my lines right along the edge of the die. Because I want to make sure that I am covering my die completely. It's my die, and nobody is going to say I can't do it. So here is what I just did to it. Once you lay your fabric down, it's kind of hard to see where the edge of the die is. So I'm just going to make sure I'm going to flip this over so I can see the selvage. Oh, I wanted to point out one more thing. So on your die, you can see that it's kind of at an angle on your die, the shape. That's to make it easier to go through the die. If you find it hard, you can turn it just a little bit more, but don't turn it to where it's like this blade is like straight in line with your roller. I need 28. So the other thing that I do to keep track is I have my calculator open on my phone. And so I just do 6 plus, because I got 6 here.
Hey, April.
And when we start getting into some of the bigger amounts, it matters. Also, when you're putting your fabric on your die, it should be at the same angle. So see how, let me bring it around so you can see. So see how my fabric is angled on the die? It's supposed to match the angle of the shape on the die. because Lana said so. In this tail, I just kind of fold up like that. Plus 6. Six. I did say 3, right? That math worked out, I think it said 3 and a partial. So I might need one more. Plus 6 is 24. And then the other thing you can do is open up your ends, and I can get 3 more pieces out of this, but I'm going to save it for something else. So this stuff, I just take my scissors and trim it. And then I hang on to these pieces. I need one more with the fabric. So I think it said 3 point something and I only cut 3. Inches. And if you haven't tried these rulers, these are the Quilters Select rulers.
Hey Jane, welcome from Iowa. Everybody give her a shout out.
Welcome, Jane. I love these rulers. They are worth the investment. So we're used to rulers that do this. This ruler will actually grip your fabric. It doesn't move. I'm not pushing down. So even if I'm pushing down really hard like this, I can still move it. But if I'm just, I can move my whole thing of fabric. So 5 inches.
Hey, Jane. She's playing peekaboo back there.
Is she? She's hiding behind me. It's like she knows.
Yeah. Camera shy.
Fold that back over, slide it out of my way, because we are going to continue. Not on the show, but continue. But I wanted you to see my method for this. And so we need 4 more of these. So we have 24, and we need 28. So another thing that I do when I'm cutting is I always start at the salvage end, so that if, I don't know, the pattern writer happened to make a mistake, I have these little pieces that I can squeak out another piece of another cut of fabric. It happens even to me. So I always start with the salvage end. I need 4 more, so I'm just going to fold it over once. Kind of curl this up. And there's my 28 pieces. The other thing I do is mark it off when I'm done, so I don't go back and cut the same thing again and lose my place. And then I need to find...
Cecilia, welcome to the show.
All of these pieces, I will get one of these baskets. They're in another room, but I will get one of these baskets just like this and store them all in that. Or if you have another kind of method, I know some people use little baggies to store the pieces. I like the basket because they're just all right there, except for when little Miss here wants to plop herself in the basket. No. Be there.
Is there kits still left for this?
Yes, there are still kits left. The kit was $124.90.
Sherry said, meow.
She's something else. And so my next piece, so this piece that's left over, is not quite big enough because it's shape number 2, and I need 5.5-inch strips. So as you're going, save these pieces because when I get down to shape number 5, it's 3 3/4. I don't like to have a lot of scrap left over, so if I can get my other pieces out of that, that's what I'll do. And so you're going to follow the pattern through all of the cutting. Hey. And follow the pattern through all of the cutting, complete the cutting, and that's your homework for this week. Next week we're going to get together and do a block. Not next week, week after.
We have AQS next week. So.
Yes, we are going to be at AQS Branson. So be sure and come visit us. Do you know the dates, the exact dates?
Starts on Wednesday next week, which is the 12th or something like that.
Classes start Wednesday, right?
The show starts. That's a 4-day show.
Okay. Okay, so that's going over cutting. So, but this is a pretty good tip. I use this one a lot when I have a lot of fabric because we have some big pieces of fabric to cut out of our shapes, right? So they're pretty big. And so if you just wind it up on another one of your rulers, it takes up a little bit less space on your cutting table, and it keeps your fabric nice and tidy and flat.
12th through the 15th.
12th through the 15th.
Yep. Next Tuesday's your birthday. Well, happy early birthday. In unison.
Happy birthday.
To you.
I won't ask how old you are.
Spring chicken.
Oh, we were at the Kansas City...
Hey, Sherry, welcome to the show.
Home and Garden show this weekend. And they had a lot of, like, skincare stuff. And I think I'm doing pretty good for being, you know, well, closer to 60 than 50. Let's say that.
Hey, Karen. Welcome to the show.
And they're like, well, don't you want something for your... And I'm like, you know, 20-year-olds should not be trying to sell skincare to 50-something people. Because it just makes us feel bad. Because it's like... Yes, I have wrinkles. I don't care. It's part of growing old. Anyway, moving on. We have a giveaway and the color of the month. Where did I put it? Alana's probably sitting on it. This month's color of the month is to go with our project, and it's a pretty good match. It's a little bit brighter, but it's a pretty good match. It is Cinnamon Toast. Color number 2390. You could also use gray for this. Do I have one out there? It's probably on the machine. Nope. It's a mystery where it is. 2615 is another good choice for piecing this quilt together. I use it for almost everything. But yeah, Cinnamon Toast. 2390 is the new color of the month. It is 15% off for the show. I'm going to hold it up closer so you can see. It's really pretty.
Your 80th birthday.
80 years old.
Awesome.
Wow.
Hey Sharon, how are you?
15% off for the show. If you are in the Thread Club, it's 20% off.
What's the number on it?
$23.90. If you're not in the Thread Club, it's $20 to join. You get this cute little box, and then all of your thread is 20% off. Comment, make it mine, $23.90, ship or pickup, and we will set one aside for you. Giveaway. I have a cool giveaway.
A cool giveaway. Are you guys ready for a cool giveaway?
I use these magic pins.
Cool giveaway coming now. Oh, thanks, Karen.
So, evidence. I actually do use these pins. I have several different sizes. These are the blue. So these are like 1.25 inches. No, 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches long. But let me, Willow, come on, Willow. So the reason I like them is they have this easy grip at the end. It is heat resistant. And tonight's giveaway is a set of 50 with a nice little
magic pins
case. These are compliments of Brewer.
Sharon said that she loves those.
I love them too. I have the really long ones.
Karen liked the thread color that you picked to go.
Spice,
that's a good one.
So just need a giveaway. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Be sure and do all the things with all the buttons, like, share, follow. I do like them better than the flat ones. Let me put my sticky back in here so I remember what the name of that is. So no show next week, so you got 2 weeks to cut all of this out. No excuses. And actually, one of our previous staff made this and gave it to me. Michelle. It's out of vintage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just a little
That's
cushion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does everybody have a cool little pin cushion?
We got some really cute ones in the store. I should have brought one home to show.
Hey, kidding, no worries. You're never late. You can always rewatch. We started this so long. The pattern's out there. If you still want a kit, it is available. So
I think it's going to be a really cool quilt. I say that because, you know, I picked out the colors.
Oh, cool. Sharon's going to the quilt show. That'll be fun.
I'll see you there.
Come see us.
Yeah.
All the crew will be there.
Yep, the Springfield team and a couple of people from
Kansas City crew will be there
Vicky
as well.
and Joel and Carrie.
Kathy said hers is a fish.
A fish.
Hey, Carol Myers, how are you
That's
tonight?
cool. I will be continuing to sew on my Shop Hop quilt because it's due the 15th. So I think it's going to be cute. It's red, white. Well, the theme is red, white, and blue. And so I picked kind of a neutral background so it wouldn't be, you know, when you're mixing all of these colors, because we have all different colors. And so, but I thought it was a cute pattern and would make a cute block. And I think I had, is it 11 chops? So it's 44 fat 8s. And I got enough to do, what's 12 times 12? 144 blocks. Yeah. No, 72 blocks.
Jerry said she loves Joel. So.
Joel's a riot. I love his.
You never know what
antics
might be coming out of Joel. So.
His attitude is always good.
That's true. I mean, he does find a positive outlook every day.
He's always happy.
So, unless he's grumpy.
Okay, we just need a winner for the magic pens.
Jane Schroeder.
Jane.
I hope I said your name right.
Schroeder.
Congrats. Get started with some pins for your pin cushion, whatever it is, a fish, a square.
We do sell these in the store.
Hopefully
so
not a voodoo doll, but
I do like these a lot. So, Jane, if you have not shopped with us before, please go to quiltershq.com and register for Joan Sews, or it's the newsletter. Click on register for the newsletter, and then we'll pull your information. Or you can direct message us on Facebook and on Quilters or any of the channels. And it's actually 1 3/4, not 1 1/2. It says it on there. I could have just, measured instead of measuring if I could read things. But direct message us or register for Joan Says, and we will get this to you. If you're local, just let us know. You'll pick it up, and we'll put it up front at the store for you to pick up. And as always, don't forget, oil your hook, change your needle. I gotta change my needle because I keep breaking thread. Change your needle and check your thread path. You may need to rethread your machine to get that sewing joy.
It sounded like some dog noise in the background or something, right?
I feel like Cinderella or something. Did she leave? Like, if the bird was out of the cage, he might fly down here too.
Yeah, no, they don't sing us all songs.
Sing all kinds of songs.
Well, everyone, enjoy your week. Happy sewing. Happy sewing next week. Wish us luck.
Happy cutting.
So, we will be tired. But energetic.
Yeah. So we'll probably take Monday and Tuesday off too. So,